Hi there, my name is Ms. Harlabedis, and in this video we will talk about how to find the slope of a line when this line is given in any possible form. So let's write a proper title, Finding a line's slope in different forms of equations. Let's begin with some quick theory. So far, we have seen in the videos, if you follow them, that we are working with three main forms of a line. First of all, we have the slope-intercept form, which is the form y equals mx plus c. And the reason because we named this form as slope-intercept form is because this is the slope. So what can we tell from this fact? That in this form, I can see the slope directly as the coefficient of x. And now I'm going to add one word in front. Only in this form, I can see the slope directly. Let's see some examples. Let's find the slope on each of the following cases. Y equals 3x plus 1. Obviously, as I stated before, it's the slope-intercept form, so I can see directly the slope as the coefficient of x. So in this case, the slope should be 3. Y equals x plus 9. Again, it's a slope-intercept form, so I can see the slope directly as the coefficient of x. Now, some might say, hold on, there's no number in front of x, but they would be wrong. Yes, there is a number in front of x. It's just that it's number 1, and since 1 times x would have been x, we did not simply wrote that. So I'm going to write that this is the same as 1 times x plus 9, which means that this here would have been the slope. Similarly, if we have y equals 10, now someone might have said, there's no x. How can I determine the coefficient of x when I cannot see any x? Again, they would be wrong. In this case, we could assume that it's the same as 0x plus 10. So this means that there should have been an x, but simply because it was 0 times x, and that would end up to 0, we did not write that. So m is 0. That's about when we are given the slope-intercept form. Only in that form, it should be the coefficient of x. Another form was the standard form. The standard form was the form ax plus by equals c. In this case, in this form, I cannot see the slope directly. To determine it, I need to rewrite the equation into slope-intercept form. For example, 2x plus y equals 9. This would mean that y is minus 2x plus 9, so m is negative 2. The slope is negative 2. 3x plus 5y equals 10. This would have meant that 5y is minus 3x plus 10. So y is minus 3x plus 10 over 5. This is not yet the slope-intercept form because the slope-intercept form is a clear form. Something times x plus something else. So in order to bring it into that, I should just split the fraction. So I'm going to write it as minus 3x over 5 plus 10 over 5. I'm going to write it in a more clear way as minus 3/5 x plus 10 over 5, which would mean that the slope is this, minus 3 over 5. Minus 3 over 5. Another one, minus 2x plus 5y equals negative 9. Again, let's not make it with 5. Let's make it with 3 this time. Again, in order to determine the slope, I should bring it into its slope-intercept form. So I'm going to try to solve for y. If we cannot directly solve for y, we should begin by solving for the term that contains y, that is 3y. So 3y is 2x minus 9. Now I'm going to divide both sides by 3. So it's going to be 2x minus 9 over 3. I need to split it, and I'm going to have it written as 2x over 3 minus 9 over 3. And now I'm going to write it in an even more clear way, 2/3 x minus 9 over 3, which means that the slope is this. Slope is 2/3. And finally, we have seen the general form of a line, which is the form ax plus by plus c equals 0. In here, we would say that, again, as in standard form, to determine the line's slope, I should firstly solve for y to rewrite it in slope-intercept form. So we should keep that the only form through which I can see the slope directly is the slope-intercept form. If I'm given the slope-intercept form, everything is okay. It's the coefficient of x. If not, I should rewrite either the given or the general form into its slope-intercept form, and then continue with whatever I know that it's about the coefficient of x. Let's see one example, and we are done with this video as well. So 2x minus 3y plus 7 is 0. I need to write it in slope-intercept form, which means solve for y. If I cannot directly solve for y, I will begin by solving for the term that contains y, which is minus 3y. So minus 3y equals minus 2x minus 7. Now I'm going to try to solve for y, which means that I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3. And I'm going to split it in a more proper way. And I'm going to do some operations. This is the same as minus 2 over minus 3x plus 7 over 3, which is the same as 2/3 x plus 7 over 3. Now it is finally expressed in its slope-intercept form, which means that 2/3 is the coefficient of x, and therefore is the slope. And that was all. Once again, if we are given the slope-intercept form, things are easy. It's the coefficient of x. If we are given the standard or the general form, we should firstly express it in the corresponding slope-intercept form and then proceed as we already knew. That's all. I hope I made things easier. In case you have any questions, don't be shy. Feel free to leave them as a comment below and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. We'll see each other in one of the next videos. Have a good day.